So, good day everyone. I am Blessy Bondok from Biped 3C. So, for today's video, I am going to demonstrate the four traditional games which are the Lokzombaka, Lokzongtinik, Sipa, and Pico. So, let's start. Lokzombaka is a traditional Filipino game that originated in Bulacan. It involves a minimum of 3 players and a maximum of 10 players, and involves them jumping over the person called the baka or cow. The main goal of the player is to successfully jump over the baka without touching or falling over the baka. So next, Luksong Tinik is a popular game in the Philippines. It is originated in Cabanatuan, Nueva Ecija, played by two teams with the equal numbers of players. Each team designates a leader, the nanay, while the rest of the players are called anak. The players chosen to be nanay are usually the ones who can jump the highest. Two players on the base sit facing each other, putting a foot forward and touching the other player's foot. Then each member of the other team starts jumping over the pit. When all members are done jumping over the pit, the players on the base add a hand at a time. Next is Pico. Pico is a popular playground game in which player tosses a small object called a ladder into a numbered triangles or pattern of rectangles outlined on the ground, and then hop or jump through the spaces and retrieve the object. It is a children's game that can be played with several players or alone. Every player plays the game twice. The first time, he begins in his moon, and the second time in his opponent's moon. When he is through back and forth, then the second part is started. Uh, they are must be taken in throwing the pamato into their exact places, in hopping and kicking it out. So, Dhamma. Sometimes we hear the word Dhamma, we pertain to a lady or a queen, especially the foreigners, because Dhamma for them are ladies, etc. But here in our country, when we talk about Dhamma, we know that it's all about board game that we used to play when we were having our pastime with our friends. We had fun playing this game, but originally Dama was a famous traditional board game here in the Philippines. This game is played with the use of wooden board and bottle caps or stones. In just simple things like that, we can now play Dama. Dama are not just played here in the Philippines, even in other countries. They play the same board game, but they call it as checkers. But in the Philippines and America, they call it Dama. So how to play Dama? This game is played by two people. Each player must have 12 pizzas or piece in Dhamma and made from a bamboo stones or bottle caps. They move point to point and like the game chess. Once you pizzas capture, the game will end. Pizzas can move diagonally only. They cannot eat or capture backwards. As time goes by Dhamma, because Dhamma here in the Philippines, a combination of Dhamma and mathematics. The game is played with mathematical operation and became a popular school activity and start to have a tournament in Dhamma. So today, again, it evolves to Sai Damat, a combination of mathematics and scientific operations. Now, it's in school activities, Sai Damat became difficult because every turns and move a player must answer or solve a particular operation needed before you win. But originally, Dama can take place by any other games because it's always the best for just a simple game while taking a rest. So, Sungka, the game begins by putting 7 tokens in each of the 14 small holes. So, the rules of Sungka is the first player starts by picking up all the tokens from one of his 7 holes or bahay. Then, he distributes 1 token in each of the 14 small holes and his own head. But he does not drop a token into his opponent's head. At the hole where the player releases his last token, he may decide that he may decide to continue his turn or let his opponent proceed, and these rules apply. If the last token is dropped into his own head, the player continues his turn. He picks token from any of his own houses and repeats the process of dropping a token into the holes. In the event of the player drops the last token into a house already filled the tokens, he picks up all of his content and it include the one he just dropped. Then he continues with the process, and this also means that it's now his opponent's turn to play. Likewise, if the drops the last token into an empty hole on his side and the opposite hole is also empty, he is declared patay or dead. Again, it is his opponent's turn to play. Finally, the players count the number of tokens on their respective heads. Whoever got the most number of tokens win. Palo Sabo is one of the traditional game in the Philippines. The name of this game derives from the Spanish word palo or stick pole and sebo or grease. Many people really enjoy this game. And Palo Sebo is challenge the player in which player compete to see
who can climb the highest up slippery bamboo pole. Palo Sabo game is usually played by boys during a town fiesta or on special occasions in the various provinces of the Philippines. Long and straight bamboo poles are polished and greased after which a small bag containing the prize is tied to the top. The bag usually contains money, sweets, or toys. Sometimes a small plug is used instead of the actual prize, which is given to the winner afterwards. So how to play this game? Contestant try to climb the pole in turns to secure the prize, and anyone who fails to reach the top is disqualified. The winner is the one who succeeds in reaching and untying the prize or retrieving the flag.